Right now, the world is closely watching a growing conflict in the Middle East involving Iran, Israel, and the United States. Many people are asking the same question. Could this war turn into World War III? Let's break it down in a simple documentary-style explanation. Tensions between Iran and Israel have existed for decades. Israel has long accused Iran of developing nuclear weapons and supporting armed groups across the Middle East. The situation escalated after large military strikes were reportedly carried out against Iranian targets by Israel, with support from the United States. These attacks targeted military facilities, missile systems, and strategic infrastructure. Iran responded by launching missiles and drones toward Israeli and regional targets, raising fears that the conflict could spread across the Middle East. This exchange of attacks triggered international concern because all three countries involved have powerful militaries and strong alliances. Although the main confrontation is between Iran and Israel, several other actors are connected to the situation. Iran has allies and partner groups in the region, including Hezbollah in Lebanon and armed groups in Iraq and Syria that support Iran. Meanwhile, Israel has strong support from the United States and security cooperation with Western allies. This means that if the war expands, multiple countries could be pulled into the conflict. The Middle East is one of the most strategic regions in the world. Several critical factors make this conflict dangerous. A large portion of the world's oil passes through the Strait of Hormuz. If fighting disrupts shipping there, global energy markets could collapse. The United States operates military bases across the region, including in the Gulf states. Many countries in the region have political or military ties with either Iran or Israel. Because of these connections, even a small escalation could trigger a much larger crisis. Experts say the conflict could become a global war only if major world powers enter the fighting directly. The most important countries to watch are Russia, China, and members of the NATO alliance. If these powers were to join opposite sides militarily, the conflict could expand beyond the Middle East and potentially become a worldwide war. Another serious risk would be the use of nuclear weapons, which several of these countries possess. Despite the tensions, there are several reasons why global war has not begun. Nuclear deterrence. Countries know that a direct war between nuclear powers could destroy entire regions. Diplomacy. Organizations like the United Nations are trying to prevent escalation through negotiations and emergency meetings. Economic risks. A world war would severely damage global trade, energy supply, and financial systems. Because of these risks, most governments are trying to avoid full-scale war. There are three possible scenarios experts discuss. Scenario 1, limited regional war, where fighting stays mainly between Iran, Israel, and their regional allies. Scenario 2, expanded Middle East conflict, where more countries in the region become involved, increasing instability but still avoiding a global war. Scenario 3, global war, where major powers such as Russia, China, and NATO states enter the conflict, potentially triggering World War III. At the moment, analysts believe Scenario 1 or 2 is more likely, while a full world war remains a worst-case possibility. Right now, the conflict is serious, but it is not World War III. However, because powerful countries and strategic resources are involved, the situation is extremely sensitive. The next few weeks will be crucial in determining whether the crisis de-escalates or spreads further.